Hi Sag, I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. It looks like something is being worked on. Maybe working on decision-making skills. Maybe you feel like there's a big decision that's upcoming and you're trying to figure out what you want to do about it. But in general, this can be like working on maybe a practice of how you make decisions. What influences your decision-making? And not falling into old patterns that you may have caught yourself within. It feels like a boost of self-awareness and understanding that's happening here. And maybe understanding a repeating cycle that had been occurring, that you had possibly been swept up by at one point in time. I'm hearing the word cream. I'm seeing something that looks like it has filling in it, or like even a candy that has like a swirl or something. Interesting. For some of you, there's a decision, somebody from the past is coming through, but you may have had an unpleasant experience with this person, and they're coming through to make contact with you again. Like, I'm seeing prior to them coming through to speak with you, just saw 2:44 on the time when I looked up. Prior to them coming through to speak to you, I'm seeing that you're like already working out things when it comes to like focusing on your discernment. Like there may be something that you've been studying that's related to like your spirituality, your ascension, things like that, like boosting yourself when it comes to like your consciousness. I'm also hearing conscientious effort, Sagittarius, and it seems like somebody that you had, I'm hearing fallen victim, but I'm really seeing this as like, if you want to like live in that world of duality, maybe this is how you perceived it at the time of it happening. I don't know how you perceive it now. Like it seems like you've grown and maybe have like gotten outside of that point of view for yourself, that like dichotomy and duality. Nevertheless, I'm seeing a situation that had happened with someone where someone may have been dishonest with you, or maybe you felt like they had betrayed you, or something had gone down that wasn't kosher, simply put. And I'm seeing this is something that already happened. This is somebody you have history with, and I'm seeing them come through again to speak with you. I'm seeing somebody sending a message to you specifically, Sagittarius. The only major arcana I'm looking at right now is Pluto. And now I'm looking at Virgo. I'm hearing dwelling. Okay. It seems like the reason that you've been working on whatever it is that you've been working on, it's related to you needing to reflect and understanding that this is necessary for you. You may have been keeping yourself at a distance from others, because you knew that you had things that you needed to work out, and this has like really helped you get out of that space where maybe you had been feeling caught up in things, in like a web or something. It feels kind of cyclical, whatever this was that you had been caught up in. But I'm seeing that the work that you've been doing, it seems like it's promoting something like beneficial for you health-wise, something that feels successful that you've been accomplishing. Again, I'm seeing this be related to like you reflecting and you maybe having some solitary time is also what I'm hearing. For some of you, this could have been someone you were working for. But you may have needed to think about this. For some of you, this could have been your own choices in the past that were related to making money and something that you no longer want to be part of, no longer want to be doing anymore. And it's like when you think back on this period of time, like maybe it was something that you needed to work through, like personal work that needed to be done. Maybe a sense of like forgiveness and carrying forward. For some of you, this could have been an event that happened that regarded like an exchange of money. For some of you, this is related to like a father figure, an establishment, like some type of masculine figure in your life, someone that would have been like providing you with money, supplying you with money, or somebody you had gotten paid by, or a way that you had been being paid through. I'm also hearing many different ways to spin this. So there's a sense of like I'm hearing specifically finding equanimity. The more that you are, equanimity is like feeling a sense of balance, centeredness, feeling calm, feeling equanimity, being in a state of equanimity. It's like the epitome of the I'm hearing Father of Cups, the King of Cups, yes. And it's about that being like in a tranquil state and knowing that regardless of what's going on around you, that you are going to stay balanced and centered emotionally. That's what essentially equanimity is about. And it's about also having clarity because of that, the clarity that comes from that balanced state of equilibrium. So I'm seeing like something that you needed to see and something that has been revealed to you or made clear to you that you kind of needed to step back and set some time aside for yourself in order to reflect on this. It's like something you'd been in your head about. For some of you, for sure, this is related to money, related to finances, related to work. For others of you, this can be an interpersonal relationship, something that you wanted to think about. And you may have not, you may have felt like you were getting intuitive nudges or messages and you were trying to understand this more clearly, but until you cleared up whatever this thing was from the past that needed to be worked through, there was a sense of like not being able to receive the message. I'm hearing in a static free zone, but now that you've been working on this, I'm seeing that you receive whatever... I'm hearing inclination, whatever intuitive message this was that you needed to understand. Like this could have been a concept or some type of idea or answer that you had been looking for that was revealed to you because you were reflecting, related to desires and also equality in a sense, something balancing out. Let's get further on this. For some of you, there's a sense of feeling like maybe you were being taken advantage of by like somebody that was like paying you in some way. Like financially, I'm seeing something going on. It's like maybe trying to figure out too what you desire as far as what's worth it to you when it comes to like how much you're getting paid, also how you want to be treated, and also prioritizing like maybe even a safe workplace or a workplace that you feel comfortable doing the work and you also feel like you are being paid what you want to be being paid or compensated in whatever way it is that you're being compensated. And this can go beyond financial means. Like, this can be energetically as well. And something that needed to be figured out. It's like, how much am I willing to give? What am I comfortable doing? Is this worth it to me? Do I feel like this is a good place to be? Is it worth it to me what I'm doing, like in relation to the money that I'm receiving? Like all of these questions that you may have had, things that you may have been pondering. I'm hearing pondering specifically. And it's like, what is going to make me happy? And like driving towards your sense of like emotional, spiritual fulfillment here. And like seeking out that which like brings joy into your life as well, and trying to find the answers when it comes to that. It's like, where's my intuition guiding me? If I trust my intuition, what does that mean in relation to choices that I'm going to be making about my life from here on out? Things like that that seem like you've been like really thinking these things over. So it seems like because you decided to put in the work to reflect, that something is coming about that had been related to some sort of desire that you have had. And it seems like something was revealed to you related to equality. Again, money, finances, energy, what you wanted to be expending in relation to what it is that you were receiving. Maybe also a whole new look when it comes to what you do and what you expect in return, if anything at all. And like why it is that you're doing what you're doing, like what the reasons are. Like this almost feels kind of existential in a way for some of you. Because like for some of you for sure it's like, well, am I being paid enough for what I'm doing? But for some of you it may be like more complicated than that. And it's about like the actual service that you're doing, and if you feel like it's worth it to you, and if what you're doing to make money actually aligns with you. I'm also hearing spiritual compassion, which is very interesting. Like maybe on a spiritual front, if you're like, is this right for me? Is this what I feel like my path is leading me towards? Like, am I where I want to be? How do I get to where I want to go if I'm not there right now? And understanding too that you don't want to compromise anymore for the sake of money. And it's interesting as well because I'm seeing, even though I'm seeing this be pertaining to something currently that's going on, I'm seeing that something from the past is also being worked through as well. And there may be like some type of return or even memory that is coming through. And even though it may feel daunting at the point in time when it actually does surface for you, whether this be like a physical happening or this is some type of memory that happens, I'm seeing that, as I said before, even though it may be daunting when this thing resurfaces for you, I'm seeing that it's actually going to lead you to where it is that you're trying to get to. So I'm seeing this be something helpful to you, even though at first impression it may not appear as so. And yes, still I'm just looking at Pluto and Virgo here. So now you are confused about what? About where it is that you're going, where it is that you're going to find fulfillment, what it is that you want. For some of you, there's something going on when it comes to prioritizing love and what is going to bring you happiness, maybe within a relationship. You're considering starting something new or embracing something new. But you may feel confused about how this is going to come about. For some of you, there's confusion when it comes to like choosing a partner, somebody that feels right for you. things along the lines of love. For some of you, you may also be trying to... I'm getting pain in my left hand, in my palm. For some of you, there's a sense of, like, trying to figure out how it is that you want to be using your gifts and abilities too, and, like, not really sure exactly how you want to be channeling your abilities and what you want to be doing with them. It's like, I'm seeing you're confident because you know that you can do certain things, but there's a sense of, like, not knowing exactly what to do with them. And maybe the confusion comes out of having many options, so you're not sure which path is the right path for you. It's like maybe what the best way is, yeah, to use your skills and abilities. It's like how you want to manifest the use of what is innate to you. Yeah, there's definitely like conflict and confusion that is happening. Maybe you feel like in some ways this is affecting your confidence too, in yourself and your creative abilities, but I'm seeing it's something that you're going to figure out, even if right now it may feel a bit like, I'm hearing up in smoke. It's really interesting because I'm seeing two pathways here. For some of you, this is related to like an actual person and love. And for others of you, this is related to like your innate skills and abilities and how you want to be using them. But I'm seeing that like the more confident you are when it comes to like using what is innate to you, whether this be love or something that you want to be like channeling your energy into, I'm seeing that you're going to be successful with this. But maybe because of certain past experiences you've had when it comes to like love and relationships and or passions and how you've used them, there's also a sense of like things in the past not going how you wanted them to go. And maybe at times you feel like the responsibility of that. It's kind of like understanding maybe what you had to do with certain situations and why they worked out in the ways that they did, and maybe this is also something that you've been reviewing as well. Or maybe just in the past you feel like in a way love has let you down when it comes to the ways that it was expressed and how things turned out in regard to your relationships. But I'm seeing that the more clear you get on your boundaries and the more confidently you're expressing them, the easier it's going to be for you to get to where you're going. Because I'm seeing something big that's going to be changing for you in relation to how you're perceiving yourself, and therefore also how you're perceiving those around you too, like in relation to you. Maybe also understanding too how everything has happened as it's meant to, and this is maybe even a realization that you've gotten to. And this is also like changing the perception that you've had regarding past situations. Because there's like maybe even a feeling of distance when it comes to you and other people and how you relate to them, based off of the way that things have gone in the past. But yeah, I'm seeing the more clear you're getting on your boundaries, your desires, and what you want, it's going to be changing the ways that you're connecting with those around you in a big way. So it's like, rather than feeling separated and isolated and like you're not relating, and maybe also feeling misunderstood, there's a sense of unity that you are getting towards now. This means also overcoming the sense of disappointment when things hadn't worked out in the ways that you wanted them to, or at least had thought that you wanted them to, and understanding the value of the lessons that you've learned as well, and what you can take from those experiences to shape your current and future relationships and experiences. I'm looking at Cancer, Gemini, Mercury, Scorpio, and Taurus here. All right, my friends, we are going to leave it here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.